Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's good to see all of you again. As we have this long weekend, I was just using the time to do a little bit of digging, a little bit of research, a little bit of math even. Math always works good with numbers. So, as always, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only. So let's be entertained. So what we have to do is really think about the shorts, their position. Where did they come into this play? What could their average possibly be at this time? We know that it's a living number. It's going to be bouncing just like in your account. If you bought it 2 and you bought it 12, obviously your average changes. Well, if the majority of the shorts took out their shorts at $2, say, because they knew Chicken Soup was buying out somewhere around 69 cents. So they had plenty of room to move from there. The cost to borrow average wasn't that high at that time. They piled in. So now it went the other way on them. So now they're thinking, okay, we got to do something to keep this price in check. We're probably going to be hitting it at some important key levels. We've saw those key levels somewhere around $13.50, $15, then 18. Obviously, those could be levels that the shorts are watching where they're piling back in, thinking that, okay, this makes sense. So we're looking at some math. I'm going to try to keep this video brief, so I can't go over everything in full detail because you guys will lose interest. But what I want to do is just focus on a couple of different scenarios. Scenario one, they got a $5 average. That's a pretty good average. They got in early. They didn't do a whole lot with trying to change up their short holdings, so they're not paying this 1,000% cost to borrow, so they got a 400% average right now. That annual cost to hold one single share would be about 20 bucks, and we break that down to just over a nickel per day. So these people, they're sitting okay right now. Let's say somebody got in a little bit late, they got a little bit more aggressive, they have an average share short price at $10. They took out that one share at 800%. That's an $80 annual cost for one share. That's 22 cents roughly a day. Okay, now we got some bozo that's just going crazy, and they're like, okay, no matter what, this thing is gumming down and I'm going all in. So they're at $15 is where their average is. They got $1,000 cost to borrow. That's $150 annual cost per year. Daily average 41. So what's it look like? Well, if we put it on a scenario, say scenario one, right, the safe short, the smart short play, they are losing about 38 cents per week. So every month, that's about $1.51 loss on their position, as long as this does not go down and hit that 69 cents. So within 12 weeks, this average no longer is profitable. They've burned up all of their money in those interest holdings, and at that point, it doesn't make sense. That's a considerable amount of time knowing the situation, knowing that there could be the merger. So they're playing it safe, right? We got 12 weeks before this actually goes against us and makes absolutely no sense, and we are underwater. Scenario two, we got the $10 average. They're losing 22 cents per day. That comes out to about $1.54 per week. Every 2 weeks, $3 they're down in interest holdings. Within 6 weeks, it no longer makes sense to be in this position because their cost is at $9.24. Now, the interesting thing is Chicken Soup for the soul, right? They're somewhere around 69 cents to 75 cents for the buyout. So we know this thing's probably not going to zero, which a lot of shorts like to do. They like to drive them out of business completely. So that's not the case that's going to be here. So there is a bottom, and we know where their bottom is and where it tends to not make sense for them to stay in the play. So when did they really start piling in? We want to see when the shorts really came piling in, when that cost to borrow average started climbing, and then we can do some technicals from whenever they jumped in to where we are in this timeline. We know about the end of the month it's going to get a little questionable, but what I do like is that Redbox, those warrants were exercised. Redbox could buy their way potentially out of this acquisition now at this point if they choose to. They don't have to. And does it make sense for them to? I don't know. I just don't know yet. But I just wanted to give you a little update because I'm seeing a lot of info going around about how much is it costing them a day, how much are they losing, are they underwater. I don't think they're underwater yet, but I think that it could be rapidly approaching. I do. I've been saying I don't think this is a short play, and I still don't, but it's coming to that position, right? We're going to see how long Redbox holds out on the merger. We're going to see how long these shorts can actually stay in the play, because doing the math, it shows that it could become a serious short squeeze play in just a little bit of time. As long as we make it through this month and there's no acquisition, then my confidence is starting to lean more towards the short squeeze side instead of the gamma, now that they took that away from us. So anyway, guys, as always, thank you for watching. I apologize it was a little bit longer than usual. I hope you're having a great weekend. If you don't mind, drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel. As always, stay golden and may your accounts stay green.